2 minutes knowledge.
The First Sudanese Civil War was a conflict that lasted from 1955 to 1972 and took place in the African country of Sudan. The conflict was primarily between the northern part of the country, which was dominated by Arabs and Muslims, and the southern part of the country, which was mainly inhabited by Christian and animist black Africans. The North and South had long-standing cultural and economic differences, and tensions between the two regions escalated into violence after Sudan gained independence from Britain in 1956. The conflict was sparked by a number of factors, including northern domination of the government and the economy, southern dissatisfaction with the distribution of resources and political power, and demands for greater autonomy and cultural recognition by southern groups. The government in the north, which was controlled by the National Unionist Party, responded to southern demands with repression and violence, causing many southerners to take up arms and join rebel groups. Throughout the conflict, the northern-dominated government forces committed numerous human rights violations against southern civilians, including forced displacement, arbitrary detention, and torture. The southern rebels also committed atrocities, although to a lesser extent. The war resulted in the deaths of hundreds of thousands of people and the displacement of millions more, many of whom became refugees in neighboring countries. The conflict finally came to an end in 1972, when a peace agreement was signed between the government and the southern rebels. The agreement provided for a degree of autonomy for the South and the creation of a federal system of government. But it failed to address many of the underlying issues that had caused the conflict in the first place. As a result, the peace was short-lived, and the Second Sudanese Civil War broke out just a few years later, in 1983.